是在相亲一角呀，出现了大。
China's older single women are facing growing pressure. A wave of foreign women have entered China's matchmaking scene. From Ukraine and Russia to Iran and Peru, from Germany and Sweden to South Korea, the influx has created a highly competitive market. What worries many Chinese women even more is that these foreign women are not asking for cars, houses, or bride prices. Most of them are also Gen Z. One Russian woman was seen at a matchmaking corner in Hangzhou looking for a husband.
你觉得像我这样的男生可以吗？
Do you think a guy like me would be okay? Take a look at Lina from Russia. She's 1.7 meters tall, weighs 55 kilograms, and works as an actress and model in Hangzhou. She speaks most of the Chinese language, along with Russian and English. Do Russian women expect a bride price when they get married?
No bride price, but the guy needs to be financially stable.
How much money do you think is enough?
I make my own money too, so as long as he can take me out for good meals, buy me gifts on my birthday, and we can travel together, that's enough.
What if there's no house after marriage, and you have to take out a mortgage together and pay it off over 20 or 30 years? Would that be okay?
Yes, that's fine.
What's the most important quality in a man for you? Looks, height, income, education, or personality?
Hard work is the most important. He needs to have a positive and motivated attitude.
嗱，各位靚女，你哋可能估唔到。
A German woman born in the 2000s, 1.76 meters tall, was also seeking a match. She owns 2 apartments, graduated from Guangdong University of Chinese Medicine, and is not asking for a bride price. An Iranian woman of Persian descent listed her requirements. No bride price, already owns a home and a car, knows how to cook, wants children, and works in foreign trade with a stable income. Given her profile, it is no surprise that many parents have taken an interest.
有想过嫁到中国来吗？
In a random street interview in Shenzhen, several Russian women said they hope to find a Chinese husband and settle in China. They describe Chinese men as good-looking but a bit shy. Most notably, they all emphasize that they do not require a bride price. For many older unmarried women in China, who once believed they had strong prospects, these developments have come as a shock.
太可怕了！外国女人正在组队抢中
This
国
is
男人。
terrifying. Foreign women are teaming up to win over Chinese men. Do you know what their requirements are? No house, no car, no bride price. They're willing to work hard alongside their husband, have children, and take care of household chores. They can even keep working to help support the family after marriage. With standards like these, how are Chinese women supposed to compete?
This woman, who holds a master's degree from the West, shared her concerns.
你害怕那些国外的女生呢？我们
An older single woman shared her concerns.
I'm really scared that these foreign women are coming to China to take our men. I'm already 26 and I want to find someone and get married as soon as possible.
发现现在很多国外的女人
I've noticed that so many foreign women are coming here and competing with us for Chinese men, and they are already settling down. Some of them have had 3 or 4 kids with Chinese husbands, and they didn't ask for a bride price or a house. I really don't understand what they're after.
A 35-year-old woman shared that she had previously turned down many eligible men because they could not meet her expectations of a 300,000 yuan bride price and a 20,000 yuan monthly salary. Now, she regrets it, realizing how competitive the matchmaking market has become. She admitted that the situation is overwhelming. Many people are curious, what exactly is attracting foreign women to Chinese men? One commentator explained that some Western women see Western men as too carefree and South Korean and Japanese men as overly traditional. In contrast, Chinese men are seen as hardworking, caring, and family-oriented, making them ideal husbands. With this shift, Chinese men are now in high demand, and the era of them having to chase after women may be coming to an end. One Ukrainian woman, Yulia, was fortunate to find a Chinese husband who is deeply devoted to his family. Born into a wealthy household, she married a man from Inner Mongolia who is 9 years older than her. She did not ask for a bride price and even contributed 50,000 Ukrainian hryvnias as part of her dowry. After marriage, her husband treated her with great care, and they soon had a baby. However, when the war in Ukraine broke out, Yulia's grandparents' city was hit by airstrikes. Worried for their safety, her husband urged her to convince them to move to China, assuring her that he would cover their expenses and take care of them in their old age. After much persuasion, the grandparents agreed to relocate. Once in China, the grandson-in-law not only bought them a home, but also provided them with attentive care, treating them like his own family. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Yulia's grandfather often teared up and told him, "I think Yulia is really lucky to have married him." A few months before, a young man from Shanxi married 20-year-old Russian bride Solomonka Olga. His family treated her with warmth and kindness, and their married life has been filled with happiness. Another Russian woman who moved to a rural village in Guangxi has embraced a peaceful countryside life.
完了后说现在去做
Come pick some sweet potatoes. The tangerines I'm eating were picked fresh. What about you? They're great. There's no way I can finish them all. I'm full now. I'll help you pick some.
There is also Minas, an Italian woman praised as a most down-to-earth foreign woman. Minas hails from a wealthy family in northern Italy and grew up in a life of comfort. At 20, she came to China to study and met Kanong, a man from Guangxi. Born into a poor rural family, Kanong worked hard to become a photographer. Minas was moved by his kindness, sincerity, and eventually married him, settling in his rural hometown. Initially, many doubted their relationship, believing that Minas, with her beauty, would not permanently settle with a rural man. Moreover, even if they loved each other, they feared she would be overwhelmed by the challenges of rural poverty. Contrary to expectations, Minas quickly adapted to and embraced rural life. She mastered various skills, including planting rice, fishing, harvesting fruit, and even driving a tractor. Her kindness shone as she cooked Chinese dishes and shared them with the village elders, endearing herself to the entire community. Today, the couple has 2 beautiful children, and Kanong has attracted millions of fans by sharing their happy rural life online. Some people have questioned Mina's decision, suggesting that she should move to a big city to pursue a more exciting life. In response, Mina stated that she is genuinely happy in the village. She loves the beautiful landscapes, the warm community, and most importantly, the love and care from her husband. She described her life as peaceful and fulfilling. Different people have different aspirations. Some prioritize material wealth, while others seek emotional fulfillment. Minas clearly falls into the latter category, a mindset that may be difficult for those focused on bride prices, houses, and cars to understand. Somewhere along the way, Chinese men have gone from being overlooked to being highly sought after. Even when traveling or working abroad, they often attract the attention of foreign women who approach them directly. One such case involved a Chinese businessman in Russia. During a business meeting, a Russian lawyer unexpectedly introduced her daughter, a second-year university student, and suggested that she marry him and move to China. The businessman remarked,
大家好，我这几天正好在
"His daughter is absolutely beautiful, almost 20 years younger than me. At first, I thought the lawyer was joking, but after getting a translator to confirm, I realized it was true. I was completely shocked." A Ukrainian woman named Vero met a Chinese man online. The two had a strong connection, and eventually she traveled across thousands of miles to China to meet him in person. The topic of international marriages and welcoming foreign brides has sparked widespread debate. Online discussions have split into different camps, with heated arguments on both sides. Some Chinese women have criticized the trend, claiming that these foreign brides are disrupting the local marriage market. Some have even taken an extreme stance, equating international marriages to human trafficking. However, many men support the trend. Some have pointed out that the foreign wives, especially those from Southeast Asia, are hardworking and have fewer demands, making them well-suited for a stable family life. This is particularly true for young men in rural areas, where the financial burden of bride prices, housing, and cars can be overwhelming. For them, marriage often means depleting their family's entire savings, making foreign marriages a practical alternative. Despite the ongoing debate, the trend of Chinese men marrying foreign wives continues to grow. In Guangxi and Yunnan, a large number of single men have married women from Vietnam, Cambodia, and Myanmar. A Chinese man shared his experience.
讨老我媳妇的好处。
Only those who have married a Lao wife truly understands the benefits. This is my wife. She cooks 6 dishes for me every day, and I've gained over 10 pounds because of her cooking. Lao women are just like any other women. They have their own thoughts and emotions. If you treat them well, they'll be kind and caring in return. It's all about mutual respect. Many people have pointed out that China's severe gender imbalance, with 32.4 million more men than women, will inevitably put pressure on the marriage market. Marriages with Southeast Asian women may help reduce the number of unmarried men and even contribute to an increase in birth rates. According to China's Ministry of Civil Affairs, in 2020, 10,054 Chinese men married foreign women, while only 7,137 Chinese women married foreign men. The percentage of Chinese men marrying foreign wives has now reached nearly 60%. In Guangxi, the number is even more striking. 92% of international marriages there involve Chinese men marrying foreign women. A popular saying in Guangxi reflects this trend. If you can't find a wife, a Vietnamese bride is the solution. No bride price, no need for a house, and they're good at both housework and socializing. This is largely due to economic differences. The average monthly salary for a Vietnamese man is about 2,200 yuan, meaning that a Chinese man earning 5,000 yuan a month is seen as a great catch in Southeast Asia. However, in China's domestic dating market, that income level provides little advantage. A young Vietnamese woman from a rural area was asked how much bride price is typically required to marry a Vietnamese bride. She responded,
In Vietnam, a groom only needs to offer a cow, like the one behind me. It can sell for about 8,000 yuan. Some families even accept half a cow. But for a Chinese groom, the bride price is usually 10,000 to 20,000 yuan. That shouldn't be too high for Chinese men, right? Honestly, if someone truly loves me, I wouldn't even need the money.
In China's dating market, some women have set exceptionally high standards. Men earning less than 200,000 yuan per year are often overlooked, as they are seen as having no competitive advantage. For these women, an ideal partner must have luxury cars, a villa, and a million yuan salary. Anything less is dismissed outright. Some men have responded to this trend with humor, saying the issue is not about affordability, but about better value. Many women have encouraged men to see the world, and now it seems they are truly doing so. A matchmaker in Zhengzhou shared an experience.
I met a great guy here, but he was dead set on marrying a Japanese woman. I was really confused and asked him, "Do you really think Chinese women aren't good enough?" He said, "Women in China have too much leverage now, and he just can't afford to deal with it."
She explained that the man further clarified his reasoning. According to him, Chinese women have high expectations and bride prices are expensive. Despite having the financial means, he finds that many are unwilling to cook or do housework and often exhibit a princess attitude, demanding constant reassurance. He questioned why he should spend money only to encounter continual stress. In contrast, he mentioned that Japanese women, given financial security, are attentive and understanding in caring for their husbands. He saw no reason to prefer marrying a Chinese woman. Meanwhile, a matchmaker was chatting with a friend nearby.
See that guy over there? He makes $1 million a year. But he's been on more than 30 blind dates and every single one failed.
Huh? Why? He looks fine, tall and slim.
Because he insists on checking the medical records and hotel check-in history of every woman he dates.
Is he serious?
He's not crazy. He just knows exactly what he wants. He says he can't accept marrying a woman who partied with other guys and then settle down with him just because he's a nice guy. He doesn't want to spend 3 generations worth of family savings to buy a house and car for someone who used him as a backup plan, only to give her a luxurious life. If that's the case, he would rather stay single forever. I have to admit, after hearing that, I really understood his perspective. This guy sees things very clearly.
For highly educated older single women in China, competition from Southeast Asian brides has not been a significant concern. These brides typically marry into 3rd and 4th tier cities or rural areas and come from modest backgrounds. However, the trend of marrying foreign women has expanded to include those from Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Japan, South Korea, and even Germany, Sweden, and Italy. These women are not only attractive, but also often well-educated and financially independent. Predominantly from Gen Z, they pose new challenges for single women in China's major cities. A young man from Jinan recently married an Italian woman named Camilla. To welcome her family and friends, he hosted a lavish banquet at a top-tier restaurant and held an extravagant wedding ceremony. Observers praised the couple, calling them a perfect match. Some commented on the event's grandeur, suggesting that the groom's family must be very wealthy. Others noted that China's most eligible bachelors are increasingly being chosen by foreign women. At a matchmaking event, a Russian woman was introduced to 7 potential suitors. Each of them had strong credentials. Some came from well-off families, others had successful careers, and some had high academic achievements. The competition was intense, and women waiting for their turn to meet potential partners appeared visibly discouraged. A woman from Peru also attracted significant interest. In the end, she chose a doctoral student from the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing. While international marriages often appear romantic, they also come with challenges, including cultural differences, language barriers, and lifestyle adjustments. Even within China, customs and traditions can vary significantly between regions. Marrying someone from another country can introduce even greater differences. The cultural gap in international marriages can sometimes turn initial happiness into long-term frustration. A lasting and happy marriage depends on mutual love and commitment from both partners. Meanwhile, China's dating culture has continued to spark debate. Some women's expectations have surprised both domestic and foreign audiences. In one video, a 38-year-old woman shared the requirements she had set for a potential husband. She listed 5 conditions.
我今年38岁前几天
First, a bride price of 300,000 yuan. Her husband must be home by 10 p.m., and if he is late more than 5 times, the relationship ends. Second, if he is unfaithful, the marriage ends, and he must pay 100,000 yuan in emotional compensation. Third, she will not take care of his parents if they fall ill, stating that it is his responsibility, not hers. Fourth, his salary must be handed over to her with only 1,000 yuan per month allocated as his personal spending money. Fifth, she dislikes socializing and does not want to be pressured into interacting with his extended family. Additionally, under any circumstances, the bride price would not be refunded in case of separation. Upon hearing these conditions, a Russian woman in the video shook her head and responded,
This is a disaster. If a couple is constantly preparing for a breakup, they won't last. A woman like that will find any excuse to leave her husband, and because she won't have to return the bride price, it's terrifying. She has no trust in her future husband at all.
In the end, her sister-in-law summed it up. She's looking for money, not a husband. For viewers watching, the question remains, would you choose a Chinese bride or a foreign one?